Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and this is meant to offend. So if you're offended, good. Today, we are going to talk about cultural appropriation. And if you can't figure out why, you probably don't look at the news too much. This thing happened, blew up, last week about how a white girl in Utah, wore a cheapao to the prom. Now, if you're offended about this, if you're all up, one of the people's up in arms about cultural appropriation in the story, and you don't know what a cheapao is, go fuck yourself, first of all. Second of all, if you're not up in arms about this and you don't know what a cheapao is, it's a Chinese dress. Its origins are somewhat unclear, but it's a dress that originated in China that is worn by people sometimes in China, and this girl found it in a thrift shop, and she was like, wow, this is a beautiful dress that I look fantastic in. I'm gonna wear it to prom. Yeah? Cool? No. Not cool. Not cool, because some fuckstick on the internet starts tweeting up, my prom dress is not, my culture is not your prom dress. Nah. Sparking yet again another debate about cultural appropriation. How aptly timed, too. How aptly timed that this should fall right around the same weekend as Cinco de Mayo, our favorite holiday to talk about when it comes to racism and cultural appropriation, because, oh my god, you're disrespecting Mexican people so much by wearing sombreros and getting drunk on Cinco de Mayo. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about how where are these people going to drink for Cinco de Mayo? Usually Mexican bars and restaurants that are typically owned and operated by, Mexicans. So they're actually just using this day as an excuse to give them lots and lots of money. And if you were to ask those barkeeps and stuff, they probably fucking love the holiday. They're like, yeah, stupid idiot Americans not understanding our culture but giving us tons of money. Who gives a shit? We'll take their money, dumb Americans. We know who we are and accept our culture. We're not threatened when a dumb white person wears a sombrero. No big deal. And I always ask the question in this situation, I'm like, all right, well, isn't it offensive then when non-Irish people just go and getting hammered for St. Paddy's Day? And I'm told no, because Irish people are white, and white people can't have their culture appropriated because we're the ones oppressing everyone else, so it's fine when people take from us, except, do you know anything about history? I mean, the Irish were probably the most oppressed single ethnic group coming in during the migrant era. And this is a lot before, this was at a time before we were already on to dealing with the bigger racial issues. The Europeans coming over were very fucking oppressed, and the Irish got some of the shortest end of the stick, so I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay if we just kick them, because, that's fine. Let's take groups when they're down and kick them. It boggles my mind a little bit. It's like, what, are you gonna say that poor people are not oppressed next? And it's fine, as long as they're white, we can just fuck around with poor people all the time. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm just calling it heavy bullshit. Anyway, back to this dress, back to the cheapao. So everyone's freaking out about it, right? Everyone except, the Chinese. Yeah, that's right. Actual Chinese people in China not freaking out about this. They're going, oh, lovely, an American found a Chinese-style dress and is wearing it to her prom. Isn't that delightful? Look at our culture being exemplified in some podunk little ass city like Salt Lake City. That's a shitty city. Don't go there. Anyway, sorry, people from Not sorry. Fuck you, people from Salt Lake. So they're not up in arms about this. They don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, it's a dress that we make. I mean, it's, at that point, it just becomes, where do you draw the fucking line, I mean, by that logic, what's the difference between wearing a cheapao to prom and eating Chinese food on the weekends? I shouldn't, or any other day of the week. I don't know why I said weekends. It's only racist to eat Chinese food on the weekends. Any other day of the week is fine. Don't eat it on the fucking weekends. But seriously, if it's offensive for me to wear a Chinese dress, shouldn't it be equally offensive for me as a white person to eat Chinese food? Should I not be allowed to watch anime? I mean, shouldn't it be racist for me to listen to rap music? I mean, that's it's just, where do you draw the fucking line? No, it's just pick and choose what's important to me and what's not, and I gotta make it up, and because I'm making it up, you don't know what the rules are, which is just another great excuse for me to get pissed at you and cry tears of fury in your face at any given moment, because that's fun for me. That's the only way I know how to have fun. That's the only way fucking kids these days know how to have fun, is just be mad at everybody. I have a lot of feelings about this, in case you couldn't tell. I mean, by that logic, rich people shouldn't wear blue jeans, because those were typically originally a sign of the working class. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. It's okay to discriminate against poor people as long as they're right, because fuck everybody. God! I mean, so when you actually break it down, too, it gets even more ridiculous, because you're talking about a traditional Chinese dress, right? And now, if you want to look at the history books, there is no major instance of Chinese cultural oppression in the United States. I'm sure someone who's Chinese living in the United States and be like, no, there's so much history. See this one story from me growing up. Evidence. No, it's not like the Japanese who got put into internment camps during World War II. It's not like black people who were slaves. It's not like, Mexicans who get totally racially profiled all the time, because they might be illegal and stuff like that. It's not the same fucking thing. There is no period in our history when, I hesitate to say that. There's no period. Okay. If there was a time in our history when we were really, really shitty to Chinese people, it was, I'm pretty sure, before the period in time when we were really, really shitty to the Irish people. So my point about St. Paddy's Day still stands. And if we're going to get mad about that, we should get mad about that. We should get mad about everything. We should just be mad about all the things. But anyway, the bigger issue is, it's not like we're taking a piece of Chinese American culture, by the way. It's a piece of Chinese culture. Now, Chinese culture makes up the largest, specifically the Han ethnic group, is the largest single ethnic group in the entire world. You know it's not? White, because that's not a fucking ethnic group, by the way. The only people who think that are fucking the people who want to, it's really, really kind of stupid, because the only people who think that there is a white identity are racist assholes, who somehow think it's being taken away, which is totally ridiculous, because there is no single white identity, so it can't be fucking taken away. And two, the people who want to create a white identity specifically so they can attack it, and that's even more fucked up. Or probably just about as fucked up. Racism is pretty fucked up too. Like, there's just, you do not understand how stupid you sound when you say shit like that. We're talking world population here, right? We should, by that logic, we as Americans should be supremely offended when Chinese people wear baseball caps. That's very offensive to the, underrepresented white minority in China. Because there we're not the majority. So any other country where white people are not the majority, we don't have that special claim of we're the oppressors, White people have never, fully have never, owned China and been like, oh, we were the bad guys in your history. No, so we're just the minority there. Why are you taking our culture? Oh my God, let's get mad at every Chinese person who wears clothes of European descent. And by the way, there's a lot of Chinese dudes out there that wear some European suits way better than a lot of white guys do, because they're just fly as fuck. I don't know. Are we all here? Are we all on the same page here? Are we all in agreement? Yeah, because if you're not in agreement on this, I think you should probably take a small thumbtack and just stick it repeatedly into your skin, because you obviously have problems feeling normally, and that'll probably feel good for you. So fucking do that and stop making a bullshit like cultural appropriation. What you're doing here is trying to create essentially a version of segregation. Oh, you can only wear the shit from your culture, and you can only wear the shit from your culture. Why would we bother sharing our culture and appreciating it and learning about it? No. We'll keep it separate, because the odds of you becoming educated about my culture when I hide it from you and rip it out of your hands every time you're exposed to it, yeah, really high odds of you getting edumafucking-cated about it. And I'm sorry, this whole business, and this is really what it comes from. It's people who are, it's people who just want to be mad about stuff. And then it's also these people who are part of these ethnic groups, but have been in America for, generations, and are not particularly close or attached to their particular ethnicity. So the only way they know how to appreciate it is to get fucking offended when anyone else tries to take it away from them. I'm sorry, just learn about your own goddamn culture and learn how to appreciate it. Funniest fucking thing is the initial person who got up in arms in his tweet, he actually quoted the history of the Qipao incorrectly. So fucking learn about your own goddamn culture before you start yelling at everyone else for getting it wrong. Jesus Christ. I mean, as you all know, I'm Jewish, and most of my friends are not. I don't live surrounded by a lot of Jews right now, but I love my culture and I share it. I'm not like, no, bitch, you can't have latkes because that's my holiday. No, bitch, you can't say prayers over the candles because that's offensive to me. I fucking want to share it with people. I want to give that to people. I want everyone else to get fat on potato latkes and hamantaschen and lots and lots and lots of red wine. That's fun for me. That's how they learn about it. That's how they learn that Jews don't suck, because I'm really generous and nice to them, so they can be like, oh man, look, it's a cool Jewish person. I've never met one of those before. Psych, there's a lot of us, rather than if you're the person who's like, fuck you, don't wear a Qipao, then I'm gonna be like, wow, Chinese people are assholes, and that's the message that you're sending. So maybe think about that, because you have a responsibility. That's, by the way, a thing when you're part of a minority group. You do have a responsibility for how you represent yourself in that group. Like, yes, you are, like it or not, you are always representing that group. That is a reality of your life, and you can choose how to represent that. And if you want to choose to represent it by being a fucking cuntosaurus rex, then you're gonna, that's what that has ramifications. Your actions, your decisions, decisions have consequences and ramifications, like it or not. You don't live in a judgment-free world with impunity where you can just go around doing any shit that you want without any fucking ramifications. So I think that's all. I can't even remember. I got very excited about this one. Anyway, thank you, the one person in my comments who corrected me. I misnamed my Roman orator. The person I wanted to make reference to in my last video is Cato. I'm ending my videos as Cato ended his speeches, but not the same way because we're asking for different things. Anyway, once again, if you get the reference, tell me about it. Be a Latin nerd like me, woo! So this month I'm just going to end with total non sequitur because I'm plugging a cause, and that cause is Grizzled. Grizzled is an amazing independent film that I am one of the producers of. It's about a giant man-eating penguin running around the woods killing people. Need I say more? Please consider spreading the word about that cause and contributing to that cause. And we're wearing black on Friday the 25th in mourning for Solo. And that's all. That's all. So fuck cultural appropriation. That's bullshit. If you were offended by this video, good. Go fuck yourself. If you weren't, come back. I'll try harder. I have a video coming up that's going to offend all of y'all. And if you know somebody who needs to see this video, fucking post all over it. Go find that Jeremy Lamb guy who made the original tweet and just like everyone just fucking attack his Twitter with this video because that would be funny because I'm a jerk. Anyway, that's all. Bye.